Caddis Maximus here, this time with a review of the Harbor Freight Pittsburgh standard grade long handle combination box wrench set. I've had a lot of reasonable and good comments about a lot of Harbor Freight's tools recently. These, however, not one of them. These I would recommend against. Really a thumbs down. I needed some long handle box wrenches because I had some hard to reach stubborn fasteners, and they're actually pretty expensive from the name brands. So I tried the Pittsburghs. These are $30 on sale, and so they're kind of spendy for Harbor Freights, and they are indeed quite a bit longer than a standard box wrench. For instance, here's the 12mm, and here's an SK next to it. But the big issues is they're just carbon steel, and so they're a lot softer than I expected. They're not made very well. As you can see, some of them are pretty significantly bowed. Kind of hard to see on... Oh, there you go. You can see that. I mean, they're pretty badly bent. And I went through several packages. The only way you get a perfect set is by taking all the wrenches out of all the packages and piecing them together. And that still wouldn't deal with the issues where some of the box ends here are real thin. And then some are just like super thick and they actually don't fit in a lot of spaces. And they're terribly oversized. And here, I'll show you what I mean. That's probably the worst aspect of these, is how badly oversized they are. Go ahead and take some calipers here. You can get a better view of the numbers. Take a measurement across the jaws here and see. So the smallest it gets is basically 12¼ millimeters. That's pretty significantly oversized. I mean, that's insane. It makes for a very loose fitting wrench. 1/4 millimeter doesn't sound like much, but on a 12mm fastener, it's ridiculous. So on this SK, do it real careful. We can see that's 1/20th of a millimeter, 0.06. Much tighter fitting. And so that's the biggest recommendation, or the second biggest reason is not that they're just bent. They're still kind of, $30 I guess isn't a bad price. But being carbon steel, they're really soft. Once again, they're bent. They're oversized, so they're really loose fitting on the fasteners. And so you're on the 12-point, especially with the long handle where you're using the extra torque, it's just asking for strip fasteners. I had a little bicycle axle that was difficult to get out, and so I used a 10mm. And this was one use, a single use in there. If I can get not too much, yeah, you can see where the actual threads just cut right into the steel. They just cut right into it. This was one shot. This was removing one nut off a Shimano bicycle hub, and it just ate into those jaws. So definitely, if you can find a set for like $10 or $15 on the back shelf, maybe. Otherwise, I would recommend against these. And these things have now been regulated to being the junkyard tool set and loaner tools, ones you don't, aren't heartbroken if somebody doesn't return them. So anyway, that was a review of the Harbor Freight extended handle combination box wrench set. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Caddis Maximus out.